Lola, L-O-L-A, Lola, la 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 Lola. Every time I put this on, the song is in my head. Okay, hi. Welcome back to Love is Blonde. I am wearing Lola by Henry Margu, and it is in the color 10/613GR. This is a new blonde by Henry Margu. It's only been around for a little while, and I hear it's been compared to Palm Springs Blonde in John Renault colors, which it may or may not be because I don't have that color, but according to the description, I can see it. It's a very ash blonde with dark roots. Let's see, give me the description. It is a highlighted blend of ash and platinum blondes and chocolate roots. So there you have it. It's quite a bit different from the other blondes that I have been buying, but I thought it would be fun to try out a new color. I have not been able to really decide whether I'm an ash blonde or a golden blonde. So sometimes I get one or the other too much. Sometimes I think I just need to blend the two and it'll be better for me. I don't know. I'm not very good with color. I'm not very good with styling. I'm not very good with a whole lot of that stuff that you need to be good about when you wear wigs. So maybe I'll learn. Anyhow, I bought this. I believe I may have even bought this right off of Leanne's head during a live sale on the Beauty Nook. So it is fairly new, and it's an interesting wig. I am on the fence right now, but I thought I'd share it with you so you can see what it looks like and draw your own conclusions. It's described as a long, curly style, I guess. Long, layered, curly. It does have a lot of layers. I didn't write down the actual measurements of them. Measurements don't mean a whole lot to me. I don't know about you, but I find that every manufacturer makes their measurements, they measure from a different perspective. And then when you put it on, everybody's different anyway, so it's going to hang differently. So I don't get too caught up in the measurements, except for maybe bangs. This is 5.5 compared to, I think most wigs that give you a bang that you can use as a real bang, they're about 4 inches. So that's a little longer. It is supposed to be side swept. If I decide to keep this wig, I may cut them shorter and make them a little bit more straight across. Not sure yet. But anyway, it's really nice. I mean, it's super curly. It's super full in looks. Really not so much in denier. Well, yeah, it's pretty. It's got a lot of hair. It does have a lot of hair, but it's heavily layered as well. So that gives it the, you know, the bouncy, curly look that it's got. You know, it's almost country music star style, and didn't think that was what I was going for. Anyway, I will show her to you all the way around. I believe her major length, of course, is in the back. It's more of a V than some other ones where, you know, they graduate the other way. So that's what she looks like. Comfortable, great movement. Again, Henry Margu, I think their fibers are really nice. Really, really, really nice. You know, sometimes the denier can be too thin and they just want to tangle, or they just don't have any weight to them. And then if they are too heavy, then they weigh themselves down and they don't look right. So I think this is a pretty good balance between those. So I do like it. Now, she's a lot of hair, as I have already mentioned. And you know how you buy, I've heard this story so many times from other wig sisters, that they buy a wig and they put it on their heads and they're like, oh gosh, no. and they stick it back in the box. And then they might go back to it, you know, sometime later, take it out, put it back on their head, and they go, why didn't I like this? This is great. I can work with this. Well, I have sometimes that reaction, and then sometimes I have the opposite one, and it's the case with Lola. When I got her, took her out of the box, I put her on, and I said, oh, this is fun, I love it. And the color, you know, the color was like, wow, it's way more platinum, maybe, and ash blonde than many of my other wigs. But I liked it. And you know, sometimes that is affected too by where you are when you look in the mirror. You could just be in different lighting and get different reactions as far as color goes. But I really liked it, and I'm sure I wore it. I've probably worn it outside of being in the house only, maybe once or twice. And for me, when I go out with a wig anymore, it's like I go to the store and I might have it on for 2 hours or something. I don't have a full-time job where I have to go and sit in an office for all day long. So when I wear a wig, it doesn't get worn heavily. And in this case, I know it's been very lightly worn. So I put it away, and because I can't stop buying wigs, I had many other ones that I was wearing. I got it out today because I had done the review on Henry Margu page, and I thought, I wonder if there's any similarities or differences between those two. Which obviously there are a lot of differences, but it piqued my curiosity, so I put it on. And then I looked in the mirror and I said, Julie, what are you thinking? You look like Dolly Parton, only not in a good way. Not the good stuff. So I don't know. You know, I'm just kind of on the fence at this point with it. But it is fun, and it is, you know, kind of, I love curls. It's curly. And curly makes you feel like, you know, you can just let it blow wherever it wants and you don't have to worry about it. Of course, real human curly hair, like I have, doesn't do that. It just won't do what you want it to do. It gives you a fight every step of the way. And one day it looks great, and the next day it looks like crap. But since my hair's so thin and I'm not wearing my own hair anymore, I can do curly fun, and I really enjoy it. But, you know, I just don't know if this is the right one for me, but here's a peek at it for you. I brought back down my little clips, and I'm going to try putting these in here, which is another way to tame, you know, a wig that feels like it's too much hair or it's too curly. If you can kind of pull it back a little, that helps take that, you know, feeling out of it. And you know, I'm just nearsighted enough that I can't quite see me when I do this. So if I look like an idiot, it's not my fault. Yeah, that's gonna do. It's rough, but it'll do. So I like that better. You know, if I get it just pulled back a little bit, I think I don't like all the hair coming forward. And I could always trim these bangs, you know, to make them straight across. You know, but then again, you know, I have so many straight across bangs, I feel like maybe I should just let them sweep a little if they want to. And that's it. That's Lola for you. I did wonder, though, how does Lola compare to a main attraction wig? And that one would be Broadway. That's the one it's the only main attraction I actually have. It's not really a super close comparison, but there are some similarities. For one thing, I like the cap on both of them. Good quality cap. By the way, this one is also just like the, essentially it's just like Paige. It's got the ear tabs that are metal, but they have a hole for glasses. It has an extended nape, and it's a basic top, but it's constructed a little bit differently so that there's, I think, less permatease here. It seems to be kind of all back in through here is where most of it is. So it's not quite as poofy on top, I think, as Paige is, but it's pretty close. It's got poof. It's definitely got poof up there. So I don't really need to show it to you. It's just a basic cap, and I love the expression that, excuse me, remember I said that, well, I don't know if you remember, if you saw it on Paige, the wefts were supposedly real light. They call them ultra thin wefting, which is supposed to keep it lighter and more breezy. Well, I can't complain. It's light and breezy. No lace front, of course, or mono features in this one. So it's it's a really budget friendly too. I'm actually not even sure, they may be phasing this one out. I've seen it on some of the clearance sites, so I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I don't know for sure, but it may be. But it's fun, you know, and except for that song in your head, you know, if you can take it, good for you. Anyway, here's Broadway by Main Attraction. Now, the differences we have here, I think the bang is just about the same. One's 5, one's 5 1/4. I think this is slightly longer. She's got the curls. Her length, however, this one is slightly shorter. Again, why I don't often go with the manufacturer's measurements is, you know, sometimes I don't even know what they're doing. They called this 9.25 overall, but if I measure from the crown to the tip without stretching the curls, I get 13.5. So I don't know where their 9.25 comes from. But anyway, I thought they were kind of a little bit similar, but not a lot similar. And if you look at the colors, I think that's where you're really going to see the difference. They probably have the same root, but Broadway is much, much more golden. And I'll try to do the side look so you can see how much more golden it is. And let's see, what do they call that? Oh, this is Butternut, by the way, in Broadway, and it's a soft golden amber blonde with golden blonde highlights. So they've used the word gold twice and the word amber. So I'm going to say this is gold. I think it's fairly gold. It's not screaming at you gold, but it's a gold blonde. This, no gold. No gold at all. So I'll pop this one on for you and we'll take a look at it too. Okay, here she is, Broadway. And I think I like her slightly better than Lola because, for one thing, it doesn't put songs in my head. Oh, it could, so I'll try not to go there. But it's just, I think it's a little better blonde for me. I think I do need a little bit of gold. And its density is about the same. It's a little shorter than Lola, just a little bit shorter. And layers are pretty similar. I think the curl pattern is. So here's Lola. Yeah, and I think Lola's got a little more of a lift right here in the front than Broadway does, so I think that's partly where that country star look comes from. And oh, by the way, since I have her off, let's take a quick look at the inside of the cap too. It's the only difference that I can really see in the two caps is between this and Paige, is that Paige had the cover all over here, which I think has to do with the permatease distribution, and this one seems to have a little different construction there. So maybe they vary the amount of permatease in that area. Well, this does not have an extended nape, so I lied to you already, but it does have the ear tabs with the little hole in it for glasses, if you want to use it that way. Have you noticed now whenever we go anywhere, we wig wearers, we've got the wig grip, we've got the wig, and if we wear glasses, we've got the glasses, and then we have to put a mask on that goes behind our ears. So our poor ears are assaulted. My ears, I never liked any of my features, but I've always thought my ears were kind of okay. They didn't stick out, they're not too big. When I get everything on to go out in public, it's like mini Dumbo. And then, of course, everything wants to fall off too, so it's hard. But I'm going to do a spin for you with Broadway. There's lots of movement in this, and there's more movement from the top here than in some of the other ones, and that might have to do with the fact that it's just a little bit too big. I did take a little tuck in it to make it slightly tighter this way, but there's a lot going on this way. So what I might do is, and I saw this done by another wig sister, Vicky Meldrum, she knows how to do this really well, but you can take these two wefts and sort of stitch them together like that up the back. You know, if you need to do more than that, you can do more than that, but that helps pull it in this way. But one thing I'll say about Henry Margu wigs is, and that includes Main Attraction, is that they just don't, my head's not swimming in them. They have a little tighter fit than some of my other ones that are not meant for the petite head. And of course, because these have no mono features, you don't have any way to show flesh through here. Which even when they do have a mono top, I don't know if anybody has noticed this, but it's really hard to get that look because I don't know, it has to do with the way they're constructed, I'm sure, but it's just not that prominent. That space is not prominent enough to really make it stand out. And I know a lot of people put like foundation on that, or tape. And I'm going to try some of that with my mono top wigs and see if I can't make them look a little more natural. But anyway, I just thought I would share these two girls with you, since we have been on a Henry Margu roll. And I hope you have enjoyed them. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and I'll do my best to answer them. So, if you have an opinion too on the blonde on the ashy side or the blonde on the golden side for me, I'd love to hear. And I hope this is good lighting. It's not sunny today, which means that the light I'm getting from outside is not real prominent, but hopefully I have it fixed up enough in here that it's as natural as it gets, I guess. So anyhow, that's that. Thanks for sharing your time with me. Your precious minutes with me. I appreciate it. And I will see you again soon.